Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to create a six-figure photography business using the equipment we have right here. So be sure to stick around later in the video. I'm going to show you why I also include virtual tours, drone, floor plans, and all the other things, because I actually don't make my money taking photos. I make most of my money with the add-ons. All right, what I start with is taking the photos of the front of the house. And right now I'm only using the Canon 90D. A lot of people think you need a full frame camera to get high quality photos, great crisp shots. I disagree. I think you can use whatever you have. For me, Canon 90D, I've used this for 5 years now. And what I do is I take a picture of the house from the corner, each corner, and from the middle. But mainly when you're doing it from the corner, keep the house in the center of your shot still and get the edge of each side of the house or the fence, RV garage, whatever you see on the edges. Get that in the shot, but keep your house in the center. When I am taking the front exterior shots, I have the tripod as high as I can get it, approximately 72 inches. But when I'm taking pictures closer to the house or inside the house, I have it set up this height or a little bit lower, basically the kitchen counter height. So everything is a good perspective. If you have it up too high, you're gonna make your ceilings too big and your floors too little, making your small rooms look even smaller. When you're doing luxury houses, you go take those extra shots, and like this has a nice chandelier at the entrance. Then once we get inside, we need to make sure all of the lights are on, all the fans are off, all the blinds and shades are set up the way we want. So we're gonna take the next couple of minutes, go around and make sure everything's turned on and ready to go for your photos. All right, what I like to do is I like to set up the shots in the order that you would walk through the house when you first get here. So I'm gonna take a shot of the entrance, even if there's walls or it's not a great shot, I'll still take it so that way whoever's putting the pictures together for the MLS will get it. And then I come into the main rooms and then I start with what I call the corner shots. So I'll take a picture in this corner, making sure I go from corner to corner, maybe get a little bit of a wall in one of the shots. So what's important to realize is everything I'm shooting on this camera is a stack of 3. So it's bracketed 3. Some cameras you can bracket up to 5. So people all the time ask what a bracket is and why we do it that way, why we shoot in brackets when we're doing real estate photos. And in simpler terms, when you have your exposure set to take a picture just naturally, you want to have an extra bracket 2 or 3 stops up so it's a brighter shot, and then negative 2 or 3 stops so it's a darker shot. And then you can blend those shots together to create the one perfect shot. You do in Photoshop or Lightroom, whatever your program is, you can create that perfect shot so it looks like you see this room with your eyeballs. If you only did one shot, either the window would be blown out or your kitchen or the living room would be too dark. It would not look very good. You get the neutral shot, which is 0. You get the dark shot so you can see outside better, and then you get the bright shot so you can see the room. And you can see how overexposed the exterior is. So there's no way you could get this shot with just one picture. What I like to do after I get my corner shots, I like to get the features in the room, especially when it's a luxury house. So this one, it has a nice firewall feature and cabinets. So I'll make sure to get a wide shot of that and some close-ups so they have variety of shots. And the same thing in any other room. If there's nice chandelier, a nice island, I make sure to get that extra shot after I get my corner shots. One of the most important rooms of the house is the kitchen. And when there's a big island like this, I do 4 corners of the island. So I make sure to line my camera up on the actual corner of the island, and then I move it back and forth to go corner to corner and take those shots. And then after I'm done with those corners, I'll worry about the straight on shots and any custom luxury shots, like straight on to these chandeliers, the island itself, the stove. I'll make sure to take extra shots, close-ups of those things. And I know normally we're not going to be in a big luxury house like this taking shots, and this might be the size of somebody's kitchen that you're taking of, a little alleyway, galley kitchen, I think it's called. But what I have found is when I'm taking a photo, I'll squeeze in so I just get the L of one side of the room. I'm going to make sure I avoid the whole U shape, and I'm just going to get an L over here. So when I focus on just the L, it doesn't make it look bigger, but when you actually take it with everything included, it makes it look smaller than it is. It's one of the rare times where your wide angle lens works against you because it's bringing in all the counters and everything into one shot. Something that's really important when you're taking shots, this is your camera height that you have it at most of the time. But when you get close to the cabinets, you're gonna see underneath the cabinet, and you don't want to take a picture of the bottom of the cabinet. So make sure Whenever you can see the bottom raise up, even if it's higher than you normally shoot with, when you're right next to the cabinet, get it so you don't have the bottom showing. 99.9% of the time, my camera is always set up the same. Aperture priority. F-stop I have at 9 currently. It's on a manual Rokinon 10mm lens, but it's actually a 16mm because of crop factor. And then my ISO is between 0 and 400. So I let it automatically choose no brighter than 400 because I like the settings, and then when I shoot in RAW, I'm able to adjust as I go. So I let the camera take as much time as it needs to take pictures in dark areas or bright areas because of aperture priority. Especially because I'm on a tripod, I let it do that. If I was doing handheld, it'd be totally different. I don't know how you people that do handheld do it. I prefer tripod. So when we come into the main bedroom, we want to get at least 3 shots. My standard package, we have no limit on how many photos we take, but we do a minimum of 3 shots in the main bedrooms and 2 shots in all of the guests' rooms, bathrooms, and stuff like that. We take more if needed. There are many ways to increase profit on a package you provide your clients when you're doing photos. One of those ways is virtual tours, and there are plenty of ways to create a virtual tour. Today, we're going to be using the Giraffe 360 to create the one of this house. As many of you know, I'm an affiliate with Giraffe, and that's one of the reasons I'm using it on this house. But as you also know, that I only affiliate myself with products I actually use. So on any luxury house, I'm using the Giraffe because of their quality. And in using it, it's pretty simple. You don't have to have an app. Everything's on the screen itself. It walks you through each part. You need a powered tripod, and you connect the two through Bluetooth, and they work together seamlessly. And then when you start, you just simply start with your scan. Once you're connected, you hit the scan button. It tells you what to do. You leave the room. It gives you 10 seconds to hide. So it'll beep when it's done, so you can walk up to it, click done. And then you want to move approximately 5 feet to the next spot. Once you complete the scan process, it gets turned into a virtual tour. And then as you can see, you can walk through, check all the different areas out. All my virtual tours I sell in our top 1% package. So it's a nice included upsell feature. It really gives what your clients are looking for in a larger high-end package. And what's great when you're using one of the higher end 360 cameras like the Giraffe Pro, you can take your camera outside and also get scans outside, just like you're there. What's unique about the Giraffe Pro, it also creates other types of videos and products from this scan. So you want to make sure you get around all the furniture and things as well. So even if you have like a 1 foot you need to move, go ahead and do that, because you won't regret it later when you get that video back of a drone fly through or an orbit screen. One of my biggest add-ons are floor plans. I love giving floor plans, and the clients love showing them to the home sellers. You might think that's interesting because the seller might not be interested in already knowing what their house is like. But when you show a seller the detail that you're providing of the house for the buyer to know about the house, like this is a casita that could also be a guest room or an office, or just the fact that you have a 3D one shot of what the whole entire house looks like. The clients love it, the homeowners love it, and the buyers love it because they know right away if they want the house or not. And you make a great profit with just a little bit extra time spent on the house. And for this property, the way I'm going to create the floor plan is using the Giraffe. I'm not spending any extra time creating another floor plan. The Giraffe creates it all for me, and they create a 2D, 3D floor plan, and even this new sun path feature where it shows you the angle of the sun throughout the day as it goes through the house. It's pretty cool. All right, one important thing is drones. You need to be able to fly a drone, take pictures with a drone, take video with a drone. And one way to do that is to get your license for it. At least here in the States, I'm sure everywhere else is similar. It's called a Part 107. Easy test, take it, spend your $150 or whatever it is in your area and get your license and provide this option to your clients, because you'll get more work. And actually you're losing work because you don't offer it. People are skipping you, going to somebody like me that actually does provide it. One important thing when you're taking the photos, use the rule of thirds still. I found that a lot of people aren't using the rule of thirds. They're still just taking a giant shot from way up above, or they're cutting off mountains in the background. Pay attention to what you're taking a picture of. Your clients will love it. Twilight shots are like the money shot for a house. All the lights are on, it's right at sunset. The pool lights are on, the landscape lights are on. It's a really cool effect like this shot here. I would take twilights of this house with the drone. It is my biggest seller and probably one of our most profitable things because we only take a few shots. I still charge over $100 just for that extra add-on. And another add-on is video. So don't feel like you need to go out and spend a lot of money on the equipment that you use. Your phone, 4K, 60 frames a second is perfectly fine. I would say 50% of my clients are ordering video. We have a package just specifically for video. They could add this all on and we do the photos, video, all included. You make a good extra amount of money. The main thing is the editing. Find a good editor. But as a bonus for this property, we actually did the giraffe. So I'm not gonna have to take the time to do the video through there because the giraffe actually creates a drone fly-through video, orbit the rooms videos, like 5 or 6 different video types that you could use for your media package. And you can sell that and saves you time. You don't have to go through the house again. This is everything you need to have a successful 6-figure real estate media company. If you have any questions, definitely comment below. I'll talk to you guys later.